Hello, Facebook friends and followers. We are live for episode 1, Too Hot to Shine. I just love that.
Good morning. Good morning. We feel too hot to shine. I've been standing behind my chair, behind my desk, doing a little like fizzy dance because it's just like this is just so exciting for us to talk about this particular topic, isn't it? You know, everything that's happened in the last week so rapidly, so quickly. It was like, why are we sitting on it? Let's just go. Let's create the branding. Let's come out here. Let's come and talk about it.
Yeah, very exciting. So if you are finding us live today and you don't know what any of this is about, this is the Big Bang Theory for business. It's our new 3-part free series. We are the Limitless CEOs. We'll introduce ourselves properly in a minute. Today is day 1, episode 1, and it's called Too Hot to Shine. So if you are a woman in business and you have just stumbled across us, then you're in the right place today and you were meant to be here.
And if you're any one of Em's friends, families or followers, hello.
Hello to friends and family. We're not normally live on our personal pages, and we'll explain what that's all about shortly. But yes, hello, my loved ones.
And hello, some lovely friends in the audience. I can see Kate is watching. Good morning, gorgeous. One of our wonderful ladies inside our inner circle, our mastermind. And Rachel Dobson. Hello, good morning. How are you? Lovely. Lovely to see you. Lovely. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Yeah, so ladies, if you, or gents, if there may be some gents watching today as well, if you are seeing us live as the Limitless CEOs for the very first time, please do comment and just say hello this morning. We'd love to welcome you properly into our world. If you are somebody that watches us a lot and you're in our world, hello Kate, hello Rachel already. Obviously, we want to welcome you in this morning. So do say hello, let us know how you're feeling today. And we're also aware that some of you may be watching on replay. So if you are coming across this video and you're watching us on replay, just hashtag limitless so that we know that you are catching us in your own time.
Yes, so nice to see you. So what is the Limitless CEO all about? For those of you who don't know, I am going to share what the Limitless CEO is all about. We are defining what it means to be a CEO. Both Em and I have long-term corporate backgrounds, but never had the real desire to become a CEO or a chief executive officer in that corner office wearing a power suit. That's not what we felt like we wanted to be, but we did want to be the CEOs of our own businesses and our own lives. So what did CEO mean to us? So we shuffled the words behind the C and E and the O, and to us, to be a CEO is all about consciously evolving owners. That's what we do. That's what we stand for. Consciously being absolutely deliberate and intentional in every single thing we do. We're even wearing white intentionally today because we are too hot to shine.
And sparkles.
Sparkling. Evolving is such a beautiful word. Something I used to be so frightened of doing was change. But actually, when you start to reframe change as evolving, it's an evolution. Our whole life is a new evolution. We're growing, we're changing all the time. We're adapting, we're pivoting. If anything, a pandemic taught us was that the people who were able to pivot and change and respond were the ones who made it, who had the best experience of a very, very difficult period of time. Yeah. And owning, so important. Yes, we are the owners of our businesses. We are also the owners of our lives. We're the owners of every single thing we do. We take radical responsibility for ourselves. We don't wait for it to happen. We own it, we do it, we go for it. So for us, that is what a consciously evolving owner stands for. That's what a CEO stands for. And we want to help women, particularly, although our concepts can be translated for men as well, but really we're looking to help women who are just like us. Just normal women, ordinary women, daughters, friends, wives, mothers, who want to live that limitless life, to live a life of unlimited potential, so that we can have lives that are overflowing with happiness, with health, with wealth, and with absolute freedom. So I'm being totally free, working from the Cornwall office today. We arrived here at 1 o'clock this morning after a 6-hour Zooming drive last night, and no water yesterday in Ripon. If you're watching my stories, oh, I must must sit up straight. Sorry, everybody. I forget I'm so relaxed online.
You do you. Ali, you do you. If you want to sit like that, you sit like that.
So that's where we are. Over to you, I think. Oh, we're doing, what are we doing next? You have to keep me in line. See, this is exactly what we're all about. Keep me on track, Em, otherwise I will talk for hours.
I'll keep you on track. I think we're just going to do some really brief introductions to our individual roles and who we are. So I am Em, and my role within the Limitless CEO is that I am a online business strategist and a visionary brand creator. So I am the one that comes in and gives you the vision, gives you the direction, and gives you the action so that you can get from where you are to where you want to be. So my role is very much about giving you the how, the strategy, and then my beautiful co-host here, Ali, I'll hand you back over to her and she can make a quick introduction as well.
So I am the mind master, and if you haven't guessed it already, I am the energetics behind everything that happens in the Limitless CEO. My catchphrase is, I believe that your mind is your biggest asset. Your mind is your biggest asset in your business, whatever it is that you do. Your mind can either F you up. I'm going to not swear today. Normally I swear, but I know we're on Em's personal.
I don't mind if you say it on my personal page. My family are way over that by now.
Your mind can either fuck you up or it can fire you the fuck up. And you get to choose which way you want your mind to be. So that in a nutshell, that is what mind mastery is all about. It's about how you can harness your biggest asset in your business. The energetics, very, very simply, your energy is going to speak for you before you even say a word when you walk in the room. You will have already made an impression about me if you've never met me before because of the energy that I'm giving out, just like you did, Em. And we've got wildly different energies, and there's no right nor wrong about that. It's just that is what introduces you before you come into a room. And again, how do you harness that in business, in entrepreneurship, as you become the CEO of your business and your life? That is what I do. I help people light themselves up with their energy and use their mind so we can channel it to get it out through the amazing stuff that Em does. There we go.
Thank you so much. So now that you know who we are, Alice, I just want to speak to the movement of where we're taking people along these three weeks.
She keeps me in line. Yeah. So welcome to episode 1. It's a bit Star Trekky, too hot to shine. It'll all become clear where we're all Star Trekking through the galaxy at the moment. But this is episode 1 of our series, The Big Bang Theory for Business, and it's too hot to shine. But we have 2 more parts, which are going to be consequent Fridays. Do I mean consequent? I don't mean that. Consecutive Fridays. So we are here this Friday. We're going to be back in somewhere in the galaxy next Friday and somewhere else the following Friday. So you're going to get all 3 parts if you move with us, because this is one of the biggest things that we have learned as CEOs of our own business. You've got to learn to move. So move and follow and take the next step. So this is really subliminally your first lesson in moving your business to the next level that you want to take it to. So come and follow me, come and follow Em, use the registration pages. You're going to get all of the information about where these series are going to be when you take that action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think you've touched on it already. Like for me, I'm all about giving somebody, giving you the path, giving you the action steps in which to move towards the destination that you're desiring in your life and business. And one of the reasons why we're doing this over a 3-week period, in the past, we've done them over 3 days. But what we really would love for you to do throughout this series is to move with us and to start to take action on the things that we are sharing with you. And this is where the integration piece comes in. It's not enough to just take the knowledge and kind of come away and think, well, that was really interesting. I had loads of light bulb moments. The breakthroughs only happen when you move through and you come and you actually take the action off the other side of it. So we're going to be asking you to do a lot of that and giving you time over the next 3 weeks to start to implement some of the work that we're going to be sharing with you in your own business so that you can start to see how incredible this is.
Yeah.
So what else have we got, Ali?
What else have we got? There's something really, really exciting. Well, it's exciting for me because I love a little bit of a prize draw. So we're doing a prize draw. You get prizes. So in order to help you move and in order to help us spread awareness of this, because we really believe that this is a message that needs to get out there. It needs to be shared. It needs to be seen. It has brought us the most incredible way of doing business in a way that we love, in a way that gives us time to look after our health, to be with our families, to have that freedom, to have all of this. So we would love to invite you to share this with your friends and your families and your connections and in your network. And if you do that, then we would love to thank you for sharing our message with all of your friends and families and networks. So we're going to put your name into a prize draw to win one of 2 free duo coaching spots. So you'll get an hour with the 2 of us to help you move to your next level in your business. You'll get the strategy from Em, you'll get the energetics from me to help you move through to the next level in your business. So I don't even know how much they're normally worth. We don't normally give one-off sessions, but they are, it doesn't really matter what they are worth in terms of monetary value, but a 1 hour with us when we've done this before has radically changed the women's lives who've come and been and calibrated in our energy and heard what Emma has to say to give them that next step and the confidence to move. So what do you have to do in order to get into that prize draw? It's very simple. You've got 4 ways to do it, and there are unlimited numbers of times in which you can get into this prize draw. We are limitless. We stand for limitless. So you can do it as many times as you like. You can do it once a day. You can do it 5 times a day. And the number of times that you do these actions, you're going to put your name into that hat, which we will be drawing at the beginning of the next session and the beginning of episode 3 to win those prizes. So what can you do? You can share this live when it's finished or while it's going out onto your personal pages or your business pages, tag us and say, I'm watching The Big Bang Theory. And I suggest that you come in and watch it too, because it's utterly brilliant. We know it's going to be utterly brilliant. We got ourselves all giddy this morning in the dry run. Tag somebody below who wants to, who's not in our network already, who would love to hear and see this. Tag them in the comments below and your name will get put into that prize draw to win that duo space, that duo coaching spot with us. Create your own post. Take a photograph, take a video, do anything, but create your post using us and putting it out on any one of your social media platforms and tagging us so that we can see it and inviting people to come in and watch this. And then lastly, if you've registered, you will have seen an image that says I'm in, and I'll also drop it in the comments below. You can use this I'm in with our branding and our tags and the Big Bang Theory, and you can use that on your social medias, whether that's Instagram stories, Facebook stories, wherever you want to put it, LinkedIn, wherever you are, tag us and your name will go in. So there's 4 different ways in which you can do it, and you can do it multiple times per day, however many times you want, and your name will go in the hat every single time you do it. There are no limits, just limitlessness.
There's a song there. There's definitely a song there, isn't there? But I'm not gonna upset our audience by trying to sing today, because that's just not what that's not our thing, is it?
Kate's just said a session with you is priceless. It absolutely is. There is no price tag on a session with us. Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Kate. Okay, so let's crack on. Let's crack on. First of all, I wanted to really put some context around what we're going to be sharing with you today, and what is the Big Bang Theory all about, and how did we discover it? In fact, actually, I'm going to rephrase that, because I feel like we didn't discover the Big Bang Theory. I feel as though the Big Bang Theory for business actually discovered us too. I genuinely feel like, I mean, we always knew when we came together as a partnership that we had something really, really special. But even more recently, something has come through to us in our reflections of how we built our business over the last 12 months that makes it so clear that something somewhere was bringing the 2 of us together for a very, very unique reason. And we want to share a little bit about that with you and how the Big Bang Theory discovered us, and I guess kind of like channeled through us in a way, in terms of what we bring into business. So if I could just rewind a little bit back to around about 2017, I had been in business for a couple of years at this point. I left my corporate job where I was a marketing director of a marketing agency, and I had started my own business back in 2015. And even for me coming into entrepreneurship and into the online business world for the very first time, and the background that I already had in marketing and business growth, I found it to be like a totally different universe. It really was a very different ball game from anything that I had done before. You know, I had marketed big products, big brands, global brands, but I'd never created a brand and a business for myself that was all about me. And the first couple of years were a lot of trial and error, a lot of me learning, getting coaching from other people in the industry that had already walked the path that I wanted to go on. And I invested a lot into understanding what it was all about, and trying to find my own way, really. And there were a couple of things that I noticed was that as much as people will want you to believe that there is like one way to grow a business and theirs is the only way, that's really not true. Because what I was noticing is that there were people that were having huge levels of success in this industry, and they were all doing it in a completely different way. And I think what I was doing was I was trying to take pieces of everything and putting it all into my business. And I had this huge business model that was actually becoming quite overwhelming. And it got to the point where I was like, this isn't working for me. I need to figure out my own way in which to achieve my success and take all of my knowledge and all of my learnings over the last 2 years. And at the time I was having an extension built on my house. And I had these incredible blueprints on the table that were architectural drawings of how to build a house. And I remember thinking, God, if only it could be that easy, if I could actually just get a blueprint from somebody that would show me how to grow without all of this overwhelm and confusion. And it kind of occurred to me in that moment, well, if it's not available, why don't I just create one? And I created what I then called my online business architecture blueprint. And it was a strategic framework for business growth and marketing in the online space. And I then used this and applied it to my own business. And my results absolutely skyrocketed in a very short space of time. So I then started teaching business architecture to my clients as well. And one of those amazing clients was Ali here, who came to me wanting to know how to grow her wellness business. I'm going to let Ali tell you the story of what happened next.
Well, we met on stage, didn't we, at the UK Health Coaches Association for an inaugural. I think it was their second conference. I was wearing bright red trousers. Emma just found out that morning she was pregnant, and it was like two worlds colliding. We didn't know it at that point in time, but I think that's what you meant by aligned business architecture found us, because it was in that moment that first seed, that first little kind of like spark hit. And I, at the time, had a really successful health coaching business, health and happiness coaching business. I had lots of clients. I was on stage talking to the women in the audience about how within 1 year I'd grown my business and I'd got lots of clients and I was helping loads and loads of people be healthy and happy. And I was loving it in my own way. And I wanted to do more. But when after I got back home, one of those evenings after that conference, my husband had said to me, who is an accountant, he said to me, Ali, I'm loving the fact that you're loving your business. It's really great to see you thriving and shining. He was like, but you're not making any money. In fact, I think you might be losing money. And I was like, oh yeah, this is true. I don't really know very much about growing a business online. I'd come from a very corporate background. I'd run big global teams. I'd earned a lot of money, but I'd always been running somebody else's strategy. And I knew my part within the bigger piece, but I didn't know as an entrepreneur, as a business of one, how to actually run my own business. And that was, I was like, oh, there was that lovely lady Em on stage at the UK Health Coaches Conference. And I remember I was driving back from Harrogate and I rang Em and I said, it was just before Christmas. I was like, I need your help. I need your help to make money. I'm loving what I'm doing, but I have absolutely no idea how to make money, what to do. I just don't know what I'm doing. So I started working with Em in 2020. We had one amazing strategy. We had to pivot in March of 2020 because we went into a global pandemic. And by the end of that year, I was having insane results. I was earning 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K, 30K, 30K. My husband was like, oh, right, what have you done? I was like, well, I hired a coach. It was Em. She told me what to do. And he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So it was I've even lost track of the numbers of years. So 2021, You went off to have a baby. No, you had the baby a year before. I can't even remember when you had Darcy.
I had Darcy in 2020 while we were working together.
Oh,
Yeah. This all happened while I was
having a baby. And in 2021, we came back in the new year and we were like, this is insane. I was having 30K months. It was like, what have we done? How have we done this? What should we do? And it was like, well, we looked at it and we said, well, we've been using M's strategy and we've created an incredible brand. And then we said, right, well, let's start doing something together. By the July, we were all in. We were like, let's create a new brand. We've got something together. So let's go and teach other women how we have done this insane success. And the two of us, we started to create something from nothing. We let go of our amazing individual brands and we started to build the Limitless CEO. Every single week, we intuitively had strategic sessions and would take us through the strategy, the plan of what we were doing, how we were going to build the Limitless CEO brand. And each week, I kept us in alignment with our mind, with our energy. How are we doing this? Who are we being while we do the things that we know we need to do? And it was insane. By that Christmas of 2021, we were doing our end of year roundup and we were like, holy cow, we've made 6 figures in less than 6 months. It was like, this is insane. And then we did it again. We were making multiple 6 figures very, very quickly. And it was because we were using this business architecture alongside the energetics. And so we've just sat down as we approach our first year as the Limitless CEO. Can you actually believe we haven't even been in business as the Limitless CEO for a year yet? It was the 27th of August was the date we launched it. We sat in the coach house in Yorkshire with the champagne and we were all giddy and we told you all about it. We invited you to come if you were there. Thank you for still being here. But within 1 year, we've done something incredibly beautiful. And we're so excited to go again and to take you with us. I'm handing it back to you. Hand back the mic.
I've got the mic.
Take the mic.
I think it was like these first year reflections were really important for us because it was where we said to ourselves, like, how have we done this? Like sometimes there's a fear when you're having such great success that you want to be able to keep on growing and replicating that. So we're like, well, what have we done in order to achieve this? And then how do we go again even better next time round? But not only that, how do we then almost like articulate this and share this with the women in our world so that they can also do what we've done? And it came down to us identifying core strategic pillars, 6 core strategic pillars, and 6 core energetic principles. Okay, so we basically had layered up what was originally a strategic blueprint of 6 pillars with Ali's energetic principles as well. And business architecture became aligned business architecture. Okay, it was a methodology that was proven to achieve rapid growth, but do it in a way that felt so completely aligned for us, where we felt so lit up about what we were doing. It worked for the phase of our life that we were in, like raising families, babies, supporting our husbands, and being able to just navigate life in general, like the ups and downs of life. We were doing it with all of this stuff going on at the same time. And quite recently, we had a conversation about this and how, aligned business architecture had been very much this guiding star for us over the last 12 months. And what we realized in this conversation is that we basically replicated the Big Bang Theory, but for business. Unknowingly, we were using the same theory for the creation of everything on earth to expand our business. Okay, who we were and our lives as well. And we had created this process where we were like igniting this spark and then channeling the energy in the right way through the strategy, and then igniting the spark again through the energetic principles and channeling that energy in the right way through the strategy. And it was this like beautiful dance of the masculine and the feminine energy together that we were able to create more money and have more magnetism together. And it was this cycle. It was like money, magnetism. And every time we take ourselves around the cycle of aligned business architecture, around the Metatron's cube that is the symbol for aligned business architecture. You'll see that in all of our branding. It's the beautiful Metatron's geometric symbol that we use as a symbol for the aligned business architecture. Every time we were going around this, we were up leveling our success every single time and doing it faster than we had the previous time. And so it was this mind-blowing moment where I like said to Ali, like, we've got a formula here. Like, this is the source of our success. Strategy plus energetics equals limitless success, because every time you go around it, you get to go bigger, faster, bolder. And this was like very humbling, I think, for us to realize that through our own process, this theory had put the two of us together, and the combination was so incredibly powerful for not only our business, but also for our clients in the way that we teach it. So I just wanted to give you some context around why the Big Bang Theory. But also this particular episode as well, we're talking about being too hot to shine. And I love this title because when we started to look at the Big Bang Theory and we did a bit of research, we were like, wow, we've actually created this for business. What we discovered was that in the creation of the universe, in fact, lifetimes after the initial Big Bang, so the first 380,000 years after the Big Bang, I don't know if you knew this, but the intense heat from the creation of the universe made it too hot for any light to shine. Okay, so there was no light for the first 380,000 years after the Big Bang. And this wasn't because there was an absence of heat. It was there. There was so much heat. It was unreal, but it was being contained. So nobody could see it. There was no light shining from it. I'm going to hand back to Ali here because this was where we were like, oh my gosh, this is exactly the same.
This gave us, cannot tell you, when we looked at that, it was like, this is like a mirror image of what we see happening. And it still makes me, but hearing you tell the story, Em, it's like, oh my God, this is just too aligned, if for want of a better word, in terms of aligned business architecture. So this too hot to shine can happen to us as women and men. I'm just going to put that as a caveat. I'm going to be speaking to women, but it is also the same for men. It can be the same. This too hot to shine. You've got so much passion. There's this flame inside you, this burning flame of something that you're so passionate about, something that you believe in so much that you stand for. But there's something within you or something around you or something that is stopping you from shining outwards. It's all inwards. There's this huge ball of flame in, but you cannot let it out. You're so hot, you cannot shine because you don't know how to. And if I look back at what was happening with Em, it was like she had this around aligned business, the business architecture piece. She was so passionate about strategy, and she didn't know how to get out there. She knew how, but it was just like, but she was limited by something. And that was the fear that was trapping her where she was. She was too frightened of being seen, of being too bold, of being too big. She was frightened that all of this bigness meant that she was going to be not liked, that people were going to leave her. She was maybe perhaps not going to say it in an exciting way. Strategy. Who gets excited about strategy? She was worried if she came out with all of this passion that people were going to judge her, criticize her, ridicule her, laugh at her and go, my God, who is she? She was too hot to shine. So how do you take that out? And that's what we're going to be talking to you today. But there's also another version of the too hot to shine, and that was me.
Yeah. So sometimes it's that you don't allow the rest of the world to see you like I was holding myself back. But there's also not knowing how. And this was very much where Ali was, where she had so much sparkle, like so much fizz and energy, but she didn't know where to put it. Like didn't know how to channel it in a way that could work for her, or how to translate it. So how to put all of this into words and images that attract people and convert into clients. She didn't know how to take her ideas and her skills and her passion for working with people and package it into offers and services that would make her a lot of money. So there's two sides to this. Okay. But in both instances, we were too hot to shine, because there were two types of struggles. There was the strategic struggle, Ali's knowing what to do, and there was the energetic struggle of who to be. And this is why aligned business architecture has been so powerful for us and for our clients when we came together, because it gives us and it gives the women in our world vision, direction, and action on how the strategy. Okay, that's the strategic piece. And it also gives them magnetism, belief, and trust in who you are. This is the energetics piece that Ali brings in. So in today's session, we want to walk you through the first two strategic pillars of aligned business architecture. And we want to take you through the first two energetic principles of aligned business architecture, because this is how our business and how our clients' businesses are exploding, is through these steps. I'm just going to take a sip of water before I dive on in. Have you got any comments or anything? Anyone joining us just while we're taking a breather?
No comments at the moment, but ladies, if you're watching us live, because I can see quite a few people watching live, please do ask questions, please do comment along the way. And if you're watching this on replay, also please just use that hashtag limitless and ask us the question, and we'll be able to find it and we'll come back in. Or even if you just want to comment, please do come in. We are so excited to share all of these principles with you. As Em says, we're going to be sharing 2 strategic ones, 2 energetic ones today. Next week, we're going to be sharing the next 2. And then in the final episode, you'll get the final 2 energetics and final 2 strategic pieces. So if you watch all 3, you're going to have the whole wheel. You're going to have the whole Metatron's cube for you to go away and implement in your business. If you desire to make that quantum leap, that quantum shift through the galaxies from where you are to where you want to be, this is what you're going to apply.
Love that. Okay, so strategic pillar number 1 then in aligned business architecture is brand vision and development. So first of all, I'd love to know how many of you watching personally deliver a service through your business. So you are the one who is offering a particular service to your clients. How many of you? I'd love to know. Let me know if that's you in the comments. Feel free to also share with us what it is that you do in your business. Okay, so if you do personally deliver a service, then you have what we call in marketing a personal brand. Okay, and building a personal brand, it's not like working for somebody else. Like, I discovered this when I first came into the industry. I'd only ever built big global brands for other people. I've never done it for myself. And what you fast realize is that when you're a personal brand, you're no longer this behind the scenes person anymore in your business, because if you're the one delivering the services, you are the brand, you are the product and the service that you are delivering. So when I say personal branding, what I'm talking about is the process by which we create a brand identity for you as the person and the service in your business, okay, where you are the service. And essentially what this process helps you to do is to project your brand and its values out into the world, and do that in a way that your target audience knows who you are, they know what you stand for, and most importantly, why they would choose you over anybody else who's also offering a similar service. This is your competitive edge. Your brand is your competitive edge. And what I see when women first come to work with me is that they're running a business that is a personal brand, but operating it behind the scenes as though they're an employee in the business. So they're selling the service, but not the service provider. So for instance, a health coach, for instance, might be banging the drum for health coaching and educating people on health coaching and why it's so amazing and why they should do it, but not sharing with people why them as a health coach, why they are the best health coach and the best choice for the people in their audience. And the reason why this happens is because they don't know what their identity is as a personal brand, or they're unable to articulate it outwards. So it's like they've got journals and notebooks full of all of this stuff, but they can't articulate it. And when I think about what needs to be articulated as a brand, it's speaking and sharing about your purpose, your vision, your mission, your message, your brand pillars, your brand values, and your brand stories. Like, those are the core components of a personal brand. And if you're sitting there now thinking, gosh, I can't articulate all of those things, then this is the work. This is the building of the personal brand and the identity that is so important. And I say this, and there's no shame in this. Okay, I don't want you to feel any shame that you don't know how to do this right now, because this is so common. Because most women in business, they don't know how to market themselves when they're starting out. We're not taught how to do that unless you've had a career in marketing. That was where I was very fortunate. Like, this is my job. This is my role as a strategist, is to make you confident in marketing your business to make more money. It's that simple. And I was thinking about brand identities and things the other day, and this, I love to use analogies. If you know Ali and I, and you've been in our world for a while, you'll know that we love two things: acronyms and analogies, because it helps sometimes to take this out of the context of business and look at it in a different part of your life that's very easy to understand. And the analogy that came through to me that I want to share with you is the Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman story. Okay, so let me know if you have seen Pretty Woman. I can't imagine there's a woman in this world that hasn't seen and loves the Pretty Woman story, but let me know in the comments anyway. So Julia Roberts, she comes to Hollywood with a dream. Remember that part where the guy is like walking the streets and he's like, everyone has a dream. What's your dream? What's your dream? So she comes to Hollywood with a dream, and she wants this fairy tale of love. But in her current guise, in her current identity, she doesn't believe that she can have it, because she's got a certain identity for herself. And it's an identity that's built on her current reality. She doesn't believe that she's worthy of the love of the handsome, charming millionaire that is Richard Gere. And isn't he just? But there comes this turning point in the film where she goes on that amazing shopping trip. I think she goes, where does she go? Rodeo Drive, baby. Where to go?
Rodeo Drive, baby.
And he takes her on this incredible experience, and she has this makeover that makes her feel the part. And suddenly she's got this new identity of herself. Like, she sees herself in this whole different way. She's got the dress, she's got the jewelry, she knows how to use the cutlery, she knows how to speak, how to hold herself. And there's this like part where you see her shifting from being Viv, Viv, the girl on the streets on Hollywood Boulevard, to Miss Vivian. Okay, she takes on this new identity of how she sees herself and for her future and her dreams. And in this moment, she has become a brand. Okay, this is what I'm talking about creating the identity for yourself, because now she's got the confidence to go out there and be the woman that she desires to be, and be the woman that she desires to be for him, and to attract the man of her dreams, because she believes she's worthy of it. Like, now she's reignited this childhood dream of being Princess Vivian up the tower that's rescued by the prince. And it's been this makeover that has given her that confidence to go out there and given her the identity to be that woman. And I said to Ali in the week, this is what turns a one-night stand transaction into the loyal love of the man that she desires. So when you build a brand, you become more than a one-night stand. Okay? It's the same thing that happens in business. If a business is only ever transactional and you don't have the brand behind it, you're missing out on the connection and the intimacy and the loyalty and the feelings and the emotion and the love that you have between you and your audience. And this is what makes people want to buy from you. So I'm going to say that again. I want you to write that down and remember that. If you don't have a brand, you're only ever as good as a one-night stand. Write it down, repeat it.
Underline it. If you don't have a brand.
Underline
it. It was such a good
you're more than that. We know that you're more than that.
So good. You're so worthy of more than a one-night stand, of a one transaction, of, oh my goodness, yes. Love that, Em. Love that line.
Ali, talk to us about energy of desires and dreams.
So if we move from our first strategic piece of the aligned business architecture, which is all about building that brand, I'm going to take you into the first wheel, the first light. I like to call them lights, the things that are going to light you up to make you magnetic while you do the things that Em's going to tell you to do. And the first piece is this desire energy. How can you foster that energy within you? And for many women, and even this week, one of our private clients, we were talking about this inability to dream. She never dreamt. She doesn't know how to dream. And I think sometimes, and myself included, there was a point in my life where it became wrong to dream. You know, who do you think you are to dream such a big dream? We're ordinary women with massive dreams because we've allowed ourselves to dream big. But somewhere along the way, we've forgotten what those big dreams were. You know, as children, as little girls, we did have big dreams, you know, whether it was becoming Princess Vivian, whether it was being a mum. Mine was definitely to be a mum, a teacher, and to have 6 boys. Definitely don't want 6 boys now. Enough, thank you very much. 2 teenagers, perfect. But somewhere along the way, we lose track of dreaming, and we take on the identity of what our circumstances are. We just become the lawyer, we just become the consultant, we just become the mum, and we let go of any kind of future that keeps us giddy and excited. And there's also this element, sometimes we become too scared to dream, because you might have had a big dream and the big dream got taken away or dashed, or it didn't work out. And you get disappointed in yourself, and you get disappointed in the dream, and you get disappointed in everything. So you end up limiting yourself by not dreaming, by limiting yourself to being where you are. And also in our conditioning, I feel that sometimes somewhere, and I've had to do a lot of work around the words passion, desire, pleasure, because somewhere they became very sinful and very dirty words, rather than this pure energy around them that just means, wow, that's just such a pure, beautiful, crystal clear vision of something lovely and delicious and delightful. And why have I denied myself from allowing myself to do that? So the first step in this wheel is the first thing is to start to allow yourself to see it. Don't force it. Just start to dare to dream again. We did a masterclass on that last year, I think. Dare to dream. Give yourself that dare. I dare you. Go back and dream. I'd love to hear if you do have some dreams, leave them in the comments below. Do you have some big dreams? Have you been allowing yourself to dream big? And what is it? Can you see it? And if you've got out of the practice of dreaming, it is just practice. That's all it is. It's like going to the gym. You've got to flex your dream muscle. If you go in and you have this huge, big dream, it might be almost too scary for you. And you're just like, can't do that. That's too big. That's too big. That's okay. It would have been like going into the gym and picking up like the 30K dumbbells in each hand. And you're like, oh, I can't do it. Don't go in and pick up the 1K. Oh, that's easy. Just think, oh, I'd love to go and have an ice cream today. I desire an ice cream. We're going to go and have an ice cream today, by the way. So it's allowing yourself to go one day, maybe, what if? Wouldn't it be amazing? I say to Em quite a lot, can you even imagine if this was to happen? Can you even imagine? You know, you don't have to make it mean anything. It's just the dream, the pure delight of allowing yourself to feel it and to dream it, the possibility of it, which moves me to the second point. Once you see it, allow yourself to feel it, cultivate that feeling of big dreams, that passion, that deliciousness, that, oh my goodness, that's so exciting. Don't dismiss it. Just, oh, well, wouldn't it be lovely? Wouldn't it be lovely? So once you've seen it and you've felt it, the next step is allowing yourself to declare it. Declare it big, own it. The biggest piece of being a CEO is the ownership piece. Own your big fucking dream, okay? I declare that I would like to be, that one day I will be the biggest self-made woman I know with loads of money, because I've done it in a way that I love, on the foundation of love. And I'm going to have so much money, it will be insane. And I can see it, and I've felt it, and I know it, and I feel it, and I declare it. And there's a big shift in your energy when you can say that. It is a bit scary and it might give you butterflies, but the minute you open up and speak your truth and tell your friends and tell your partners, and you declare it online and you own it and you walk it, it's like Princess Vivian putting on her red dress. You become it.
Love that.
And then you put the diamond necklace on. You know, this is about owning it. Being it is the last piece. Show up as it already. Come out there. I am the #1 energetics coach in the UK. I will be globally. I'm owning it. I'm being it. I'm showing up every day as it. And then you become it, and be unapologetic about it, because this is what leaders do. You want to follow people who know where they're going, who are passionate about it. You don't want to follow who someone's like mumbling into their mic. You want to go, I'm going this way, and off we go. I'm passionate about this. I desire this. I'm going. I know where I'm going, and I am off. Now, you can be passionate about whatever you want, but it is the way that you talk about it, the way that you show up, the person who is speaking about it, that is going to make it magnetic. That passion. Now, you might say that strategy is really dull. Business strategy is really dull. It's all planning and it's all spreadsheets, right? It's a dry topic to many. It was to me. But then I met Em. And Em is so passionate about strategy and planning and spreadsheets. She makes it fun and she draws me in. And I'm like, yes. And soon I've got printed notes and I'm writing out in my planning notes, because she knows where she's going and she loves it. And I'm like, well, if she loves it, maybe I can love it too. And similarly, you might come in and think, well, energetics is just all a load of airy fairy woo woo. But I am a woman of substance. And I've made it so. And I will talk about it in passion. And I firmly believe that the energetics behind all of this, my mind mastery, my ability to follow my desires, has led me to this. This life, this incredible life, with everything that I've ever desired and ever dreamed of, is because I followed it and I've led with it, and I've led with this desire. It's the desire that makes you magnetic. You pull that into your brand. Oh, hello.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Fire yourself up with the
proof of it as well. We're both the proof of it.
Did I fire you up? How are you feeling?
Tired.
Tired. Strategy.
More strategy. Okay, so the second strategic pillar in aligned business architecture then is social media content and social media marketing. And I know, again, like this is something that can be incredibly overwhelming to so many women. So I really want you to see how the strategy can be fun, how it can be sexy, how you can get behind this. So I would love to invite you to see social media as your stage. Okay, it's your stage to be seen and to be heard by the world. Okay, you've got this massive mission and you've got a message that you want to get out into the world, but people need to know about you. If you're going to make impacts, if you're going to change lives, if you're going to create the income that you want in your business, then people need to know about you. And so the art of social media and the science of social media really is just about taking your brand and putting it onto a global stage. The global stage is already there for you. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, they all created the stage for us. We don't have to go and build the stage. We're just talking about putting your brand on the global stage. Like, how exciting is that we live in a time where there's already a stage waiting for us just to step onto it.
And they're free.
And it's free. It's free. Yeah. So this, like, that excites me a lot, that we live in a time where this is accessible to you. So if you have a passion and a mission and a message, we can get it on a global stage. That is so exciting. But where the struggle comes in is you've never performed on this stage before. And maybe you don't know how. Okay. Maybe you don't have the strategy, the how of how to perform on the stage, or you don't know how to be confident as an artist on the stage. And this is the energetics piece that Ali's been talking about. And a lot of the time what we see is we take women through the branding process to start with. And the branding process is like one of the most exciting parts. And it's always the foundational first part of what we do with any client. And often what happens is everyone's really fired up by their brand. They've had this incredible makeover. They've got the red dress on. They're ready for the performance. And then when we invite them to take to the stage, they get stage fright. And we often see a situation where they're like rehearsing behind the scenes, you know, doing lots of work behind the scenes, lots of journaling, lots of planning, lots of working everything out. But it's kind of like you're on the stage, but you've got the curtains drawn still because you're not visible. And you might have people in your audience who are very close to you to start with. You might have a small audience or network to begin with, you know, your friends, your family, your existing network. And those people, they might be able to hear a bit of a hum, but it's coming out like a bit of a mumble into the mic. It's a bit, and it's not clear what you're saying. It's not loud enough. And it's almost got like an apologetic tone to it. It's like, and you're dulling it down. And basically what's happening here is you're putting your fire out. The fire that you created, that you've got, that you put into your brand is now getting fanned and you're putting the fire out. So in the social and content marketing pillar of Aligned Business Architecture, what we help you to do is both understand the strategy of how and also understand the energetics of who you are when you step onto this stage. And the strategic piece then is, first of all, deciding what stage you're going to put yourself on. There are so many stages available to you that we've just talked about for free. Which stage are you going to put yourself on and commit to? Devote yourself to building a business on that stage, because you don't want to be trying to build your presence on every single stage in the beginning all at once. So we help you to understand which is the best stage for you to put yourself on. And then we teach you how to work the stage. So this is all about knowing what do I post and where do I post it? Okay, and we call it the social landscape. And this is about navigating the social landscape, because I feel like sometimes when people come into online marketing and building an online business, they forget that it's not that different to a bricks and mortar business. And they forget what it means to shop and what it means to create a shopping experience as if you would if you had a beautiful boutique on the high street. Okay, we have all of the same elements available to us in online business as we have in a bricks and mortar business. So we have our shop front. Okay, imagine we're in this like social town. So it's like a digital town that you can put yourself into. And within your digital town, you've got your shop front. And this is your brand. This is the piece that people see from the pavement. So when the traffic is going past, they see your shop front. And this is your brand. This is your visual identity. These are the words that you use. And then they also see your shop window. And your shop window is your social media content. It's what you're putting in your shop window at any one time, so that when people are passing, they get to see what's representative of your brand and what you do in a snapshot in time. Because that's really all we get to make an impression, is a snapshot in time. People aren't going to scroll for the last 6 months of your social media. So if you said something 6 months ago, it's gone. Okay, social media is it's like an organism. It's a living, breathing organism that's moving and growing all the time. So your shop window has to be current. And then we've got the inside of your shop. And this is where people come and they can buy and they can have the shopping experience. They can try things on. And it's exactly the same in online business. We have to create that space where people can come and see what it is that you've got to offer and see whether it's the right fit for them. And within that, they will see the products on your shelf. And these are the services that you package up in a way that it becomes tangible for them to be able to see what it is that you offer to be able to try it on, to see whether it's right for them, and then to make their purchase if they so wish. And the other beautiful thing about having this shop, this online shop, is that they also get to meet you as the shopkeeper. They get to talk to you, they get to see what you're all about. And people can buy the same services from so many different people. The reason why they buy the services from your business is you, the shopkeeper. Ali always uses the analogy of her coffee in Ripon. Like, Ali always goes to buy her coffee from the same place because she loves the shopkeeper and what she's all about. And she happens to do great coffee as well. But there's probably a number of places that Ali could get great coffee in Ripon.
Go and see Lou in Oliver's Pantry for my coffee. They know exactly. And I walk in and they say, oh, hello, Ali. Would you like a flat white with oat milk? And I go, yes, please. And they say, would you like a scone with that? And I was like, you know me too well.
And it's exactly this. It's the relationships that you cultivate within your shop as the shopkeeper. And then the other part, the strategic part when it comes to social media, is understanding what your repertoire is when you're on your stage. So if you're worried about forgetting your lines and you don't know what to say, it's like you don't know what to sing about. You haven't got your repertoire. And your repertoire comes from your brand. And this is why the brand building is so important in the beginning, is that if you're struggling to know what to say, then maybe you're not clear on your brand identity. So this is where you get to talk about your message, talk about your mission, your vision, talk about your purpose, your brand values, your brand stories, your brand pillars. This is what creates the content that is the repertoire on your stage. Okay. And then finally, the last strategic piece is understanding your own unique voice, what it is that makes you distinct as a brand, as a personal brand. How are you distinct? And this is where we work through your methodology and how you are different to your competition, so that you can get up on that stage and sing into that mic so confident in what you're saying and how you're different from your competition that you become magnetic to the people that you want to attract. And there's also an energetics piece to this. I'm going to allow Ali to talk more about this. But for me, in simple terms, the energetics of the social media is understanding who you are as the artist when you're on that stage, and how you desire to be seen by the people that you are on the stage for. And for me, it was always about, like, how do I hold my nerve when I'm on this stage and work through my wobbles and really cultivate that deep inner confidence about who I am when I step onto the stage. And Ali teaches something called vibrational harmony. And this is so powerful because it's about how can I perform in a way that I'm in vibrational harmony with the people that I'm desiring to attract, and the opportunities and all of the desires that I'm looking to attract, by being in harmony with it. I'm going to let Ali talk energetics because that's not my thing.
But it's my thing.
But I do love it. I do love it. And I've experienced it for myself.
So we move into the second piece of the bit that can light you up. And I think this is the bit, and the reason we've tagged this one with the social media piece is because it goes so beautifully together. As Em said, you're in your red dress, you know what you're saying, you've got your lines, you know what you're doing, you've got your diva attitude on, but you're too scared to open the curtains. Yeah. It's the fear energy. And this is where so many people, we've seen it in our clients, this is the bit where they get the most stuck. They love the branding, they love the desire, they get so fired up, they're so hot. And yet they will not unleash themselves out into the world for whatever reason. And it's the fear energy. And that's what I'm coming in to talk to you about now. Now, in 2016, I'm going to take you back to 2016. I was in a very dark space, really black, in the middle of the galaxy. It felt like I'd been shipped off my lovely little lifestyle in my lovely little hometown, and I'd lost so much, and I was in a dark place. I'd lost my identity as a mum, I'd lost my identity as a professional woman, I'd lost my identity as a wife, I'd lost my health, I'd lost my mind, I'd lost my friends, I'd lost trust in myself, I'd lost everything, and I had absolutely no idea how I was going to get back to that place where I was loving my life, loving who I was. And I found a book called, as you do, Googling and searching, I found a book called Return to Love. Return to Love by Marianne Williamson, and you might have heard it, and I'm going to read this line out to you. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? And in that moment, I knew that that's what was frightening me. It wasn't my darkness of being in that dark space. Being in that dark place was easy. It was comfortable. I didn't have to do anything about it. I could stay there for the rest of my life if I wanted to. But it was how I could use all of those experiences to become an incredibly powerful person to help others, to be the light to help others. And I had all of this fizziness, and I was too frightened that I was going to burn people. And that's how and why Em helped me understand how I could articulate and how I could bring this through. But because I'd done so much work in my mind, it didn't frighten me about coming out. It wasn't that I wasn't fearless. It was that I had courage to learn how to walk with my fears. The fear of trusting again, of loving again, of breaking my heart again, of being judged, of being talked about, all of these things. I'd been through this horrendous time and known that I was okay. Even at my lowest point with nothing, I was okay. And sometimes you have to lose everything to know that you are going to be okay. Not that I'm saying you have to go to rock bottom in order to go up, because you don't, because you can keep going up and up and up from any point in time. But what I've learned is to how do you take this piece of what I've just said and then harness it in and put it in to your business? How do you put it in to light yourself up? How do you use this as one of your energies that lights you up, turns yourself on, and gets you out there so that you can shine, so that you can be the light to help others? And it's knowing that as entrepreneurs, we are always going to have a fear. Whatever level you get to, whatever lofty heights you get to, and you've made all this money, you are the self-made millionaire, I guarantee there will still be fears. You ask anyone who's at the top of their industry, they will still have a fear of something, probably of losing it all, probably exactly the same fears that we all have, that you're not going to be liked. We're a team as one when we start, and there's going to be a fear. You are a pioneer going into the unknown. And to me, it's like standing on the edge of a cliff edge and looking over and thinking, but I want to be over there. That's where I want to get to, but I have absolutely no idea how to build the bridge from here to there. But I know I'm going to do it, because I know that inside me, there are all of these butterflies. And the butterflies now to me aren't saying, turn around and go back. They're saying, come on, I'm going to teach you how to fly. So when you feel the feelings of butterflies, it's just saying you're about to launch and you're about to fly and you're going to be okay. So how do you start to use that fear energy to lead you rather than limit you? Fear can limit you. But what we stand for in the Limitless CEO is limitlessness. And fear is something that we use to lead us to that limitlessness. Now, and I mean all of this in fear energy, when it's not in terms of you're going to die. You know, fear is really important if it's obviously telling you that it's a life and death situation, but in any other situation, it is an emotion that we can harness, and it can tell us so much about what we're doing. It's the emotion says that this is the unknown. You've not been here before. You don't know how to do it, but it's not a reason not to. So it's about how we use fear. And I see fear now as my friends. I've got lots of little Dobby the house elves around me, and they often pipe up and say lots of different things. And typically there are 4 things that they say, my Dobby the house elves. I like to give them personas because it makes it so much easier to understand who's talking. But they are my guide to the next level. Fear has become my friend, just like Dobby has become my friend. He is just my fearful friend, and I've got used to him coming along in the ride with me. And I understand what I've recognized in myself and in working with clients is that there are 4 most common fears that you can make your friend to help you, to lead you across to creating that bridge. They're the fear of failure, the fear of disappointment, the fear of judgment, and the fear of abandonment or rejection. So let me know in the comments if any of these are coming up for you, because I'm about to speak to each one of those, and let me know how they help, if that's helped you move through this fear. So we're going to start with the fear of failure. I think it's a really big one, and it's probably one of the biggest ones that I've had. is this fear of failure. It's your fearful friend who says, but you might fuck up. You might get it wrong. It might all go wrong. You might absolutely lose everything. And the thing is with fears is that fear is a projection of the past playing out into your future again. Because we're only ever born with two fears, the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. And everything else is a fear from an experience that we've had in the past, or somebody else's experience that they projected onto you. A parent, don't go near the edge, you might fall off. Or you don't want to spend money on that, you'll never make your money back. That kind of thing. It's, you've been taught it, you've learned it, or you've experienced it yourself. So fear is just something that you've had projected onto you or you've learned. So it's, you're projecting when something hasn't worked for you in the past, where it's failed and it was painful and it hurt. But in this scenario, when the fear comes up again, you've got to remember that I'm a different person now. I'm different. The circumstances are radically different. Life has moved on. And there's no such thing as failure, as long as you learn the lessons from the previous time when things didn't go out the way you hoped that they would. This is where you gather your most powerful wisdom, in the failures where things go wrong. Rather than sitting and crying with your hands in your head, you look back and you do the reflection and you say, what happened there? What did I do? How did I do it? Who was I being is a really important thing to ask. What was my energy like? So walk with fear to learn the lessons. Keep failing faster and faster and faster. The more failures Em and I have along the journey, the quicker we learn, the quicker we use the wisdom, the quicker we can teach other people, don't go that way. There's a massive, great big hole, and this is what you're going to do to navigate it instead. These are the lessons that are going to teach you how to get to your next lesson. So don't worry about the fear of failure. He's there for a very, very important reason. Fear of disappointment. This is your little fearful friend who says, but it might not work. And then you're going to be either really frustrated, you're going to feel a little bit embarrassed, or you might just feel really, really sad. But the thing is, once again, it's a past projection, it's a past experience that you're thinking is going to happen again in this situation, and the same thing happens again. You are a different person now, you know differently. And my guess is that you might even be disappointed where you are right now. You might be disappointed in where your business is right now. You might be disappointed in the way that you're making money, how money's coming in, the lack of clients, whatever it is. You can stay disappointed now, or you can risk the possibility that it might be different next time and you won't be disappointed. So you can either stay disappointed where you are or risk the fact that you're going to prove yourself wrong. So don't stay disappointed just to prove yourself right. So go again. Disappointment will never kill you. It's not a nice feeling, but walk with that fear of disappointment and prove yourself wrong, and walk with the fear and in the possibility, the belief of the possibility of it working out this time. Third fear, fear of judgment. I think we all have this one. This is probably one of the biggest ones. I say that about all of them, but this is often one of the biggest ones that people worry about, this fear of judgment. It's one of Em's biggest ones when she was too hot to shine, that whole coming out. Oh my God, it's your little fearful friend who comes up to you and says, you're going to be so cringy if you do that. You're not going to be liked. You're going to be judged. People are going to say nasty things about you. They're going to be talking about your back, behind your back in the pub over coffee. They're going to be laughing at you going, ha, 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 look at them. It's that. Once again, our fearful friend is recalling a time when you've done something or said something that somebody has commented on or had an opinion on or ridiculed you about. And you fear that feeling that comes with that, the feeling of embarrassment and probably overwhelming shame. There's a piece from the Conversations with God. It's a wonderful book that I'm reading at the moment that says that embarrassment is the response of a person who still has an ego investment in how others see him or her. You've got an ego investment in what you think other people think of you. But if you know who you truly are, this is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned through all of this work. If you know who you are, what you stand for, and if you stand for love and integrity and authenticity and kindness and love, which I'm sure all of you do, at the very heart of what you're doing and what you're saying or about what you're about to say, does it really matter what they're going to say? I remember somebody saying something really hurtful to me very publicly online about something that I put out there around money and wealth creation, but I put it out there in love in order to help and to serve. So it was like, okay, that's just her issue. not mine, and I'm going to let that go. And it might smart for a minute, but I did it with love. So I know in my heart it was the right thing to do, and it helped so many more people than the one person that didn't like it. The more you stand in your truth, the more the judgments just don't mean anything. And the fourth thing is your little fearful friend who doesn't want to be alone. They're going to leave you. You're going to be abandoned, and you're going to be all on your own, and you're going to be left alone. Again, this is a past projection of feeling of loss of something that we once had. Perhaps you fear losing the love, the friendship, the connection, the loyalty, all of that. We fear loneliness. We fear being alone forever. But I think there's something worse, and there's this feeling of being liked for something that you're not. Is truly inauthentic. Fear that more, for being liked for something that you're not, rather than loved for who you are. I remember Em always saying to me, like is a poor substitute for love. Don't go for likes, go for love. I love Brené Brown, Braving the Wilderness, and she talks about that so much. You are never going to be alone for long enough. If you love yourself, you know yourself for long enough, and then you will find your tribe of people who are going to love you for who you are. And that is far more important than being alone. You're never alone if you like yourself, and then you will attract the right people to you. So these 4 fearful friends can become your biggest allies in helping you build that bridge from where you want to go, from where you are to where you want to go. Allow yourself to embrace all of this fear and let it lead you to that edge, that precipice of that unknown space, and then let them harness all of that with your butterflies and let yourself fly and move forward. And this is the work that you are going to do over and over and over again. As consciously evolving owners, we are evolving, we're changing, we're moving, we're pioneers, we're going to the new spaces. Fear is always going to be alongside and walking with you as you dream bigger. They go together. So you've got to dream big and make your dream bigger so that your fears are going to come with you on the ride. You want both of them. Make desire bigger than your fears and just bring fear along for the ride, however many of them you've got.
We've got 8 of them between us.
It's very noisy sometimes with all these households.
Get back in line, you and you.
So let me know, ladies, in the comments, has that helped you reframe fear? Fear can be one of the biggest things that can light you up. Now that I know when a fear pops up, it's just like, oh, hello, you old friend. That must mean I'm about to do something radically different, radically wild, and I know something on the other side is going to be amazing. So let us go. Come with me. Let's go. Thank you. Fear is just telling you you are on the path to your dream. If you don't have fear, you're not moving. You're standing where you are. And for a consciously evolving owner, for an entrepreneur in business, that is not where you want to be. Fear is a good thing. So start to harness it, start to welcome it, start to work with it, and keep moving.
Oh, I love all of that. And this is really what we've shared with you today in terms of the 2 strategic pillars, the first 2 strategic pillars, the brand vision and the social media, and the 2 energetic principles as well of desire energy and fear energy. This is just the start of the aligned business architecture journey. And next week, we're going to be back talking you through the next 2. And the following week, we'll talk to you about the next 2 in strategy and energetics as well. So by the end of this series, you're going to have the knowledge of all of the moving parts that create the Big Bang Theory of business. This limitless source of success is going to be revealed over these 3 days. So moving on from here, if you feel like you've heard everything that you came for today and this has really helped you and you feel confident enough to go away and do this for yourself, then we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here, for listening to us, for letting us share these incredible concepts with you. We appreciate you taking time out and being here with us. However, if you know that this is what you need to reach that next level in your business, in your life, to live out that infinite potential as a woman that you know you have, we have got the most epic opportunity for you to come and do this with us live, taking the journey with us as we lead ourselves through the next 6 months. So we told you earlier that this September, we're starting our next 6-month cycle of aligned business architecture. We're beginning our next adventure. It is called Aligned Business Architecture, the live experience. So if you want more clients, want more income, more love in your life of who you are and who you're with and what you do, more joy and freedom and more time and space, completely lit up and excited about where your life and your business is going, you might want to stick with us for a little bit longer. Okay. We have used aligned business architecture to grow our individual businesses. So I first used it in my business. We used it in Ali's business. We used it in the Limitless CEO over the last 12 months and built all of those businesses to 6 figures and to multiple 6 figures. And we did that in our first year as a new brand and business. And we're seeing it work for our clients as well as we take them through this. And whilst doing this, we've also been raising families, being able to look after our health, support our husbands in their business ventures, and just navigate the ups and downs of life while still feeling so lit up by everything that we're doing and who we're becoming in the process. And we're just really excited about where we're going next, because we know that this next 6 months is going to represent a massive quantum leap for us. And we want to take you with us on that. So, Ali, what's happening in the next 6 months?
So this is what I see. If I can see it purely because I love visuals, is when we were talking all about this, I went and found the Starship Enterprise. So I was like, to me, this feels like we're literally going on the Aligned Business Architecture Experience Live with us. It's like we're getting on this ship. We're getting on the Starship Enterprise. I hope I'm not doing mismatching Star Wars and Star Trek, but I'm pretty sure it's I've watched them so many times with my children, I've got lost, but it reminded me so much of when, you know, you're in that huge starship and then they suddenly say, it's time to go warp speed, and they go execute, and they like pull the lever, and then suddenly it zooms out into the galaxy and you see the spaceship going from here through the white lights, and then it's suddenly gone. And I was like, to me, I feel that is what we're just about to embark on. It's like kind of like we're calling everybody, we're saying, right, we're going warp speed, we're quantum leaping, we're moving from this galaxy to the next one, we're moving, and we're going to go so fast because we've now been doing it on a 6-month cycle. We're going to accelerate that speed. We're going to go on warp speed. And we are going to be taking ourselves through exactly what Em has been talking to you about in terms of the strategy. All of the strategic pieces we're going to be applying to ours. We are going to be walking alongside those of you who want to join the Starship Enterprise, the Limitless CEO spaceship. We are going to be doing every single piece and sharing with you what we're doing. We're going to be taking ourselves back round through branding, back through how we're going to be using social media, working with our passions, working with our fears. We're going to be doing all of this with you, so that you can see us doing it, calibrating with us in our energy. We have never been so clear on where we are going. We know the destination. It's that galaxy. It's up there. It's a quantum leap away, and we are absolutely going. We have never been so more aligned to the strategy on how we're going to get there. And we have never been more in alignment with who we are being while we're doing it, and in the energy and passion that we are going to be doing it with. So if you want to come in and be lit up by us and be in the enterprise with us, come with us. It's a 6-month experience. It's 6 months. We're going to be doing this over 6 months. So as we head into Christmas, we're going to be like in the middle and coming out just in the new year in somewhere completely new, because we know that life can change so radically in 6 months. It sounds like a long time, but also a short time. We are so in such a different galaxy to where we were 6 months ago, to where we were 12 months ago, and we would love more and more women to experience that. And we want you to come with us, not just us teaching you. We want you to come with us and experience it with us as we do it, arm in arm. Off we go. We're going to be showing you how, holding you accountable, because you're going to be seeing us and the speed at which we do things. We had this idea for the Big Bang last Friday. Everything was done and delivered within a week. That's how fast we want to move. And it's because we hold ourselves accountable. We're committed to it. We've got the vision. We've got the passion. We've got the motivation, and we're going. If you want that belief, if you want that level of energy, come with us. So we've got some pioneer prices. Who's going to be a pioneer? I love a pioneer. A pioneer is somebody who is going into the unknown. Not been there before. Where might we end up? It could be bigger and better than you could ever imagine. So for our pioneers who are going to say yes, well, we're running these sessions live. So until September the 2nd, Friday the September the 2nd, to the end of that Friday, we're holding some pioneer pricing as the Starship is doing its tweaks and getting ready. Come with us. So it will be the whole experience. The Align Business Architecture Live, the live experience, is going to be £3,000 pay in full for that 6-month experience. But if you want to be a pioneer and you know enough already and you want to come and be with us and you don't need to know the details and have the landing pages and have it all spelled out for you, you just know that you want to be on that ship with us, then it's £2,500 pay in full. I'm going to drop the links in just a second. So you can pay in full £2,500 for the live experience for 6 months to be with us in our energy. We also have a payment plan. So the payment plan is going to be £555 per month for the 6 months of the experience. But as a pioneer, you're going to get it for £444 per month for 6 months. And once again, I'm going to drop the links in a minute. But if you're ready to board that ship and you want your ticket and you want in, get in and come with us, because we are firing up. We're doing all of our last minute checks and we are off. Em, are you going to tell them what the transportation is like on the inside?
Yes. So how are we going to get you there then? We know the destination, we know where we're going, but the transportation then in terms of how we're going to get you there and what's included then in this experience. So you will get weekly sessions, weekly strategy and energetic sessions that are going to be dropped for you on a weekly basis. So this is the how. This is giving you the direction and the action steps. So you will know week by week exactly what you need to do. And we will be giving you the example of that because we're going to be doing it ourselves. So you can literally see us do this in real time. So you can do it with us. This is what's like so exciting about this. You're also going to get live weekly coaching sessions with the duo, us, to work through your strategy and your energetics and how you're applying it to your business. So this isn't about you just getting the knowledge through the strategy sessions that we're going to give you. This is about you implementing it in your business so that you can start to see it taking shape and working for you. This is about you transforming over this 6 months, not just taking another course that you can learn about. This is very much about you integrating it and seeing the results. Okay, this is going to be a really important part of the program, is seeing you shift and change and get the results as we work through. We're going to give you the weekly exercises that you need to do to integrate. So you know exactly week in, week out, this is what I need to do this week. Okay, it's going to be that simple. It's going to be all mapped out for you. You're also going to get a very high level of accountability for doing the work and for showing up for this as well. Like, we want to see you get the results that you want. So providing you with that container of support and sisterhood where you can come in and you can share what you're doing and be supported by your fellow, what are we calling? Are they Starship Enterprises? I have no idea, but you're going to be in this container of other women who are also on the same journey. And this is what's so exciting, is that you can, share what it is you're working on and get feedback before you put it out into the world. You'll have our eyes all over your business for this entire 6-month period, in there with you, celebrating, sharing, refining, making it the absolute best that it can possibly be. And there's also going to be opportunities for you to work with us in either a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 capacity during the experience. We do have some VIP options for you that you can tap into that are only available if you're going through the experience. You can have some opportunities to upgrade into our VIP and work with us in a 1-to-1 capacity as well, if you so wish. So if you know that this is what you desire and how you want to spend your next 6 months, going into 2023 feeling so clear and confident in your marketing, feeling supported, aligned, loving your business, and just growing and evolving at rapid speed, we're going to drop the links in the comments of this video now. That pioneer pricing is, as Ali said, it's only going to be available whilst we are doing these masterclasses. Are you getting on board the ship, ladies?
Get your tickets, jump on board. I've just posted them in the comments. If you've got any questions, I think there's two things I want to say. If you've got questions, please either ask them in the comments below or drop us a DM. We will be coming back in live next week to answer those questions on a live Q&A. So we will definitely be answering those for you. And also a final reminder, if you want to win or get into that opportunity of winning one of those duo coaching sessions, we've got 2 up for grabs. Get sharing, get tagging, get liking, get commenting, just share it everywhere, because we believe that this is the thing that is going to be the big bang for your business, for the people in your world. If you know somebody who's got a business that they would love a big bang, they want a quantum leap, they want to move, they want to shift, this is it. So please don't keep it as a secret. Please start sharing it and please get it out there. And we will thank you by putting you in that prize draw to come in and have one of those priceless sessions with the duo.
Yeah, I suppose the easiest way that you can do that is just to hit the share button below this video and post it out on your feed. Or if you like, we'll strike a little pose. You can take a photo of us and you can share it to your socials. Ready? Strike a pose.
Get sharing, ladies. And now I think that's all that needs to be said for me then is warp drive, Mr. Scott.
Love that. Let's go. See you for episode 2. Thanks for being here.